We're recording again. I handed out some handouts. So for those of you who are only online, this is a template of the database form. This is a database ideas will make sense later. And theme days will also make sense later. Okay, so I will throw those in the Google Drive for everybody who's not here. And then, Emmy, can you let me know, do you see database Goldmine?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Thank you guys so much for coming today. So we're going to start working on, from now until the end of the year, basically, good job for this year. The fourth quarter of every year is kind of, it's basically over, right? Your year is over, it feels like. There's holidays, there's things, it's just boom, 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 and then all of a sudden it's going to be 2022. So we're going to focus on, in October, November, and December, is getting you ready and prepared to shoot your business up in 2022. Okay, so today, Database Goldmine will help you to really think about who your database is, how to work it, and how to get the best ROI out of your database rather than cold leads. Next month, we're going to talk about effective time blocking. So everybody asked me, like, how do you possibly have, all your stuff with your kids and this brokerage and your, I don't know if everybody knows this yet, but some of us do. You're working on an app and you're working on a master class. Like, the way I'm able to do all of that stuff is because I time block my time. Insane amount of time blocking. That's why my calendar is so particular. If you guys get on my calendar, I tell you, get on my calendar. If you just walk in, you're interrupting other time that I do. Of course, if you need to walk in, walk in. You guys know I'm always happy to help you and stop what I'm doing. But if you need more than like 5-10 minutes, you're way better off jumping on my calendar. And that's why, because I'm very good at time blocking. So November, we'll work on time blocking, and then December, we'll go through goals. For those of you who were here last year or anytime this year and went to a goals class, we wrote an I will statement. We're all going to read our I will statements to the class. Don't worry about it. You guys will create your new I will statement. And basically, it's just holding yourself accountable. What am I going to do this next year? And then at the end of the year, you're going to read your I will statement to yourself. And like, did I reach my goal? And if you didn't, that's okay. But what can you do to overcome those obstacles that held you back from your goal this year? And if you did, congratulations. How can you shoot higher next year? Okay, so don't ever feel like you're not doing something right. Okay, so that's how we're going to wrap up this year. We'll start today with Database Goldmine. I'm super excited about this class. It's going to go pretty quick because it's only 2 hours and I have a lot of content. As you guys know, most of my classes are interactive, so we'll take like minutes where we sit down and start writing. If you prefer not to write on your piece of paper, that's okay. I have a digital template for it, or you can just go ahead and start typing it out. Okay, you don't have to write it on your piece of paper. Some people are more tech savvy. Some people are more like happy to type. Some people like to write. I'm a writer. I write everything, even though I was a web developer in the past, so I'm kind of do both, but I have to write it down first. Okay, today we're going to talk about what is a database in real estate. Everybody's like, oh, you need to have a database. What the heck does that mean? Define your content types. So what type of contents do you have in your database? Contacts do you have in your database? We're going to build a database. So we're going to start building it. Obviously, you're not going to sit down and write 400 people down today. Hopefully you get a couple, maybe 10, 20. That'd be great. Create your VIPs. You'll understand that more later, but you'll talk about your very important people. All about that follow-up. We're going to go over how effectively to follow up with people so that you're getting the most return out of your time investment. Okay. Theme days. You have a piece of paper in front of you that says theme days. Doesn't make any sense, but it will soon. Find your communication niche. What makes you an effective communicator? Why do people like you? The secret sauce. Okay, so this is one of my little secrets that I keep usually to myself, but I'm totally explaining it to you guys, and what actually just makes your business go a little bit further. Okay, make the most out of your content. How to get, you don't have to write every single word. So templates are your best friend. Birthday programs, and then we'll wrap up the conclusion. Okay, so you see how we're gonna go through a whole bunch of stuff today. It's gonna be really good. A database. So an explanation of your database is basically super simple. It's a list of contacts. It's a list of people you know. That's literally it. But when I say database, I don't mean, I know my mom, I know my brother, I know, there's this lady at PTA I kind of like have coffee with sometimes. And a database of those lists of people that you know are going to include, and you'll see this on the little template I gave you, their first name, their last name, their mailing address. If you don't have that, it's a great reason to call them. Their phone number, their email address, their birthday, okay? So your contacts in your database need to have all of those pieces, all of them. So the more complete your database, the better. And this is a measure of the scalability of your business. So how can you scale your business is by building into your database. Buying cold leads is not the best way. We're going to get to that. Working your database has a much higher ROI in real estate given the numbers and the reputation of real estate agents, right? So salespeople, realtors, car salesmen, insurance salespeople, we don't have the best reputation in the world, right? Like, people just think we're kind of sleazy, we're just in it for the sale. And I think a lot of realtors in the past, due to the ethics laws and stuff, we're starting to change those rules, but wholesalers are also just beating us down with that again. It's sleazy, it's salesy, it's all about the transaction, it's all about the money, it's not about the people. So also, let's just think about, I'm working on recruiting. Here's a little scenario. I have just pulled the Plano active agents, and there are more than 57,000 active agents in Plano.
God dang.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
In just Plano.
Active though.
Active. Well, their licenses aren't inactive. I don't know how much work they're doing. They may have they're about to expire. I don't know. All I know is that when I pulled the list, there were a little over 57,000.
I see the same people.
It's probably the same people. And have you guys heard the 80-20 rule? 20% of the agents do 80% of the work. That's pretty much for any kind of company, 20% of the people do 80% of the work. But there are so many agents in real estate. There's so many people in real estate. How do you stand out to a stranger when 15 people are calling them? You're probably not. I'm just going to be super honest with you. You're probably not going to. You're not going to say something better. So unless you meet them face to face, and how can you possibly scale that? You can only meet so many people in a day. You have families, you have dogs, you have lives, you have homes to take care of, you have to feed yourself. You can't meet face to face and scale that effectively, right? So you'd have to email them or call them. So how do you stand out that way? You don't. That's the point. So that's why we use our database, because these are people who know, like, and trust you to really effectively spend your money there. If you're thinking about where am I going to put my money, it's best spent on people who know, like, and trust you than it is on strangers. If I gave $1 to a stranger, oh, thanks, walk away, forgot your name, maybe remembered the color of your shirt or your hair, possibly, if you're a male or a female, but they're not going to remember you. If you gave $1 to a friend, they're going to be like, oh yeah, she gives me $1 occasionally. But they know you, they like you, and they trust you, okay? And then many retiring agents sell their database like a business, like people would sell a business. So I've been working in this furniture store for so long, and I'm ready to retire. I'm going to sell my business because I've got all these customers and I've got all this inventory, and I'm going to value it at $10 million when I sell my furniture store, okay? Based on the assets that you own and the customer list that you own. Okay, so that's a whole business. People sell it when they retire to take that money as retirement money, right? Many agents who have been doing this business for a long time and work their database correctly sell their database as their business when they retire. Or they'll hand it over to another agent and get royalties. Think about your long-term goals as well as your shorter term and short-term goals, so you're not just looking at 2022, you're not just looking at your next 5 years, but if you're going to make this a career, how are you going to retire? Do you want to be showing houses you want to be 90 years old driving to a house? No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Nobody wants to work that long. People get into real estate. Yeah, you want to be in Cancun on the beach. People get into real estate because it can be a very lucrative career, but you have to think of it as a business and not a job and not a hobby. Okay, so the first thing somebody told me is, don't think about real estate as a job. As a hobby. Think about it as your job. Okay, so I'm coming in 9 to 5, working in the office, da 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 da. But I didn't think about it as a career or as my business. Okay, so you guys are part of Sage Street Realty, but you're still running your own business. You're building your own list. You're building your own assets. So how do you build assets? Investing and stuff like that. I'll show you guys how to do that later when you're ready. That's how my husband and I have started to build our wealth and our retirement, is just through the assets that we build and the contacts that I, know, like, and trust. All right, does that make sense? Does everybody understand what a database is now and why a database?
Yes.
Awesome, thanks. Online people, I cannot see you because all I can see is my screen, okay? Thank you for answering, Emmy. Contact types. So we are going to just quickly talk about, everybody get your spreadsheet out. It looks like a spreadsheet. And that's like building your database. So I told you your database consists of about 6 things, right? First name, last name, or name, whichever you want to do. Their email, their phone number, their mailing address, their birthday. The next thing you need to know, which this is not a piece from them, this is a piece for you, is what type of contact are they? Okay, so we're going to go over the different types of contacts that could be listed in your list of database. Okay, so contact types. Number 1 is going to be your sphere of influence. It should always be your sphere of influence. And this is your family members, people who influence your life on a daily basis. It might be a friend. It might be your banker, it might be, I don't know who your sphere of influence, but most of the time it's your family. Your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your 15th cousin who owns, a whole bunch of real estate, like whatever the case is. Your SOI is your family, your sphere of influence. You'll hear that a lot in real estate, sphere of influence. Close friends, past coworkers. Most of us didn't get out of college and come straight into real estate, right? Most of us had a past life and then was like, I don't like that. 9 to 5. Let's go back into real estate. What were we thinking? No, it's not 9 to 5. It's 9 to 9, 10 to 10, 11 to 11. What do you allow? Okay, so past coworkers are great people to put on your list. Past clients, if you were in sales or if you had other clients in the past, people who worked with you and felt comfortable with you, they've already worked with you, so they already trust you. A good example, my husband was a car salesman. He still is. He came to real estate for a while with me. I'm like, bring your database. He didn't. He didn't download all the people, and he didn't call everybody and let them know he's going into real estate. Of course, real estate was totally not for my husband. He deuced out after half a year. He went straight back to car sales. I was like, this is not for me. But not everybody can handle this job, right? We wear every single hat. He was used to people just handing, here's a lead, work it. Here's a lead, work it. In this business, nobody's knocking on your door to buy a house. Absolutely nobody. Okay? Not even your mom. You have to remind your mother that you are a realtor. You have to remind your brother-in-law that you are a realtor. Trust me. Everybody will forget about you, and everybody ghosts you as soon as you start selling them, okay? Just keep on them. Don't let them ghost you. Yes?
When you say to get people's email that way, especially family, is this for people that to refer you as well?
Yes. Yes, and we'll get to why you want to have this full database. But yes, for referrals, we'll have a birthday program. How are you going to send? You need to send them a birthday card? Well, not everybody, okay? That gets expensive if you have 500 people on your list. But you might send them a birthday email. Or a, hey, the time changed email. Or, hey, it's National Coffee Day email. I heard that you're getting free coffee here. You guys don't always have to spend the money. You can just be the information source. Okay, referral partners. So referral partners would be people like your lenders, your title company, or even your credit repair company. Who's referring you business? Referral partners are not people you refer to, but people who refer to you. Your lenders and your title honestly aren't going to refer to you that often, but there will be people who are in the industry that do refer to you. Your contractor. I ran out of space and I didn't want to have double lines. OCD a little. Okay, so from now on, it's going to be what is your life, right? Soccer club. My son's in soccer. I know all the parents in soccer. They all know I'm a real estate broker. That's what I mean by that. PTAs. Are you on a PTA with your kids? Are you on a booster club? Do you go to happy hours? Do you go to a consistent like every Monday they have this huge happy hour in my building at the in the wine place at the bottom of my building, so I go there every Monday because it's fantastic. We'll start to get to know people, ask them their stuff, exchange business cards. Every opportunity should be a networking opportunity when you're meeting strangers, okay? Especially face to face, because remember, we don't get those very often. So happy hours, travel groups. Do you travel with a group? There's like these clubs now where you can, adults who are single just go and travel with each other like once a quarter. How fantastic is that? Get everybody's information. You are traveling with these people. You're like sleeping in hotels with them and enjoying life. Like, go and get their information. Church. Do you know a lot of people at church? Whatever your life is, where do you spend time? That would be somebody to add to your database, and how you would put them as a type. So the reason I say create the type is because you are going to interact with people from church differently than people in your sphere. You're going to interact differently with your soccer club parents than you are with your referral partners. You see how you can't send the same bottled message to everybody and effectively market to your database. So does your database take time creating? Absolutely. But think about it this way. The first month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to be spending creating your list, putting types. Maybe not every single day. You've got other work to do. You've got other responsibilities, but you're going to really focus on it. Once you get your good list down and you've got it completed, meaning everybody's got their information filled in, then it's just adding people. If you meet new people and they become to somebody you know, like, and trust, or you reconnect with an old past coworker or an old high school friend, and then you can reconnect with them as well. So, and then you're adding to your list. You're not, you see how there's a little difference there. Then your, uncle refers you his best friend's brother. And then that person goes added into your database as a past client, right? And then the referral guy, you're also going to add them in. You see how your database will grow over time?
Yes.
Cool.
Past clients, do we add the past clients as well?
Yes. Past clients should be on your list. As a matter of fact, past clients and sphere of influence, you market to them very similarly. Okay. All right. So I know that was like a lot of information in like 5 minutes. I want you guys to take about 10 minutes and start writing down some names. And if you have phone numbers and emails, go ahead and put that down. If you know, at least write their name and their type. And after this class, you can go back and you've got a good base of people you need to call to like put their phone numbers down, their emails down, their birthdays down, their mailing address. And all of this stuff, even if you're only missing one little piece of information, that's another reason to reach out to these people. Hey, I was thinking about you and I realized I don't have your birthday written down. Do you mind handing it to me? And they may say, why? Say, so I can tell you
You
happy
muted
birthday when it's your
yourself,
birthday.
Renee.
I did. Let's see. I don't think I meant to. Sorry, is that better?
Yes. Thank you.
Can you guys, have y'all heard me for a while, or was that just recent?
No, it just happened right now.
That's so weird. I didn't even touch the computer. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me know if that happens again. All right, so take a few minutes, everybody. We're going to take about 5 to 7 minutes right now. Write down names and at least types. If you don't know the type, even if you want to like decide later what that type is, that's okay. Remember this, the more you put into this, the more it benefits you. Too quiet. Sorry.
Focus and turn.
Sorry, I'm trying to eat, and I don't want you guys to hear me. We'll do like 3 more minutes. All right, wrap up what you're writing right now, whatever contact you're on right now. Wrap that one up. And I know that life gets busy and we get busy with current clients, but take the time block yourself some time to do this, not here, right? I mean, here if you want to come in and do it so you're not distracted, but not, right this second. Don't only use the 12 contacts or so that you wrote down today. Take time to fill out this list. It really will, I promise you, it's going to do stuff for your business that you haven't seen in the past. Okay? But yes, definitely make sure you take time to finish out that list. It's going to be really good for you. And the reason I say that is because I do want to point out the ROI. So I pulled these numbers from different sources. That's why there's huge gaps, because everybody has like a different take, and it also depends on what you put into it, even the average numbers were ridiculously like spread out on every website that I went to that had, statistics on it, such as statistic websites. Working sales from your database can give you a return on your investment, whether it's time or money, of 68 to 92%. That's a huge return on your investment. And if anybody knows stuff about banking, like I think they give you like 0.1, 0.5% or return on the money that you put in savings. Point something. So we're talking about a 68 to 92% return on your investment. If you were to purchase internet leads, you can get anywhere from a 3% to a 40% return on your investment, depending on the type of follow-up you have. So do you follow up consistently? Do you call them once and then consider it a dead lead? Those are the 3%ers that might close one deal every couple of years. And how much are they spending on those leads? $600 a month? $300 a month? I don't think you can even buy leads for under $400 anymore. $400 a month. And that's monthly investment, 1 year contract. You might get 40% ROI if you closed every single deal, because of the amount of money you're putting into it. And you're not going to close every single deal. That's why the average is at 40%. A lot of times internet leads are given to 3 to 4 agents at a time. So let's say you bought Zillow leads. Everybody's like, oh, Zillow has the best leads. Okay, let me put my $450 a month into buying this zip code. That lead goes to 5 agents, even if you wanted exclusively. So Zillow, $450 a month, 1 zip code, 5 agents get it. So if you're not the first to call them, they're probably going to go with the first agent, right? Possibly. Also, are online buyers, all online people, always really ready to buy right now? Most of the time, they're just curious. They want to go see the house, but they probably haven't talked to a lender, aren't really serious about buying. So you can X out 50% of any lead that comes in anyways, right?
$5 in their pocket.
Right. They don't have money. Exactly. So push the button. Yeah. Hi. Come on in. Grab a seat. So goes to multiple people. On top of that, they don't only go to one source. So I bought Zillow leads today. Awesome, good for you. Did that Zillow lead only look on Zillow for houses?
Probably.
Yeah, all the way around. Just make a big circle when you see that hallway.
They went to realtor.com.
They also went to realtor.com. They also went to Google. They also went to HAR. They also went to Redfin. because they think that all the houses are going to be different. They're not. You know, some people just have old listings on their websites. So how many more agents are they talking to? Also, is their mom's sister an agent?
Probably.
Their auntie?
Probably.
Their teacher?
Yeah.
There's, son's best friend's mom. Everybody knows at least 5 realtors. I swear to you. So be the one that follows up with them more, that you already know them, so that they're not looking on Zillow and inquiring about a house from them. They're coming to you and saying, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. What do I do next? Okay. So, questions? Concerns? Accolades? Okay, good.
So, we are talking about the leads, right?
Mhm.
Everybody, I mean, we understood that, the lead they're selling, we are not the only one getting it.
Mhm.
We thought maybe the time reaches, maybe the prospect buyer is already moved.
Go
to the
ahead.
next-
You can come in. You can go. Sorry.
And by the time you reach the prospect, either they're dead, they're not serious, or they move on to the next step. So everybody nowadays is trying to sell you, you know what, go get somebody off market.
Mhm.
How you do those when you start buying a lead? And today's market is the biggest problem is I have 3 or 4 people looking to buy the house. First of all, the expectation they have is not good.
Mhm.
The second is like, if you have someone buying or selling a house, at the same time they're looking to buy a house if they're selling. So
Mhm.
how you do that? How you
There-
tackle these things?
Those are all like working with a buyer strategies to consider, and not as much about this class. But I'll touch on it quickly just so everybody can hear the
Yeah, I mean,
answer.
basic question was about the leads, like.
Yeah.
the
One
leads you're getting,
thing,
they're already dead.
whether it's a lead or a database person or anybody, when you're working with a buyer, the best thing to do, a lot of agents are like, you want to buy a house? Right in their car. What you need to do is take the time to sit down with people and do a buyer presentation. That expectation is set there. That consultation not only sets their expectations, but sets your parameters and allows you to let them know that they need to be pre-qualified, all that good stuff. As for off-market deals, there are ways to get off-market deals. They're not glamorous, but you have to be willing to put money into it, and it's expensive. People who are successful at off-market deals are usually wholesalers who put about $100,000 a month into their mail marketing. They mail stuff. That's the only way to do off-market stuff without door knocking. You can door knock, but if somebody were to knock on your door, how happy or how receiving will you be? Don't knock on my door. I mean, we have like a welcome sign, but it pretty much shouldn't say, welcome to turning yourself around and call me first, please. My house might not be clean. I might not have pants on. My son might not have clothes on. Our life is crazy. I don't want random people, strangers coming in. Okay, so this is just a little quote. Staying inspired about getting that list done is dedication, right? Be dedicated to yourself. Follow up with your people, and that will keep you successful throughout your career. Cool. Are you guys ready to move on?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, so the next thing, we had a little bit of time, to create our database list. Please finish that at your convenience, but get it done. The next thing we're going to do is take that database list that we had and create our top 50. Okay, you guys only have 50 people on your list, all right? But think about it this way. As you're rolling through your database, you're going to have your VIPs, your top people, the people who are the most likely to use you and the most likely to refer you. Okay, so I always use an example of my mom. You guys know my mom works in that room right there. Like, we're so close, we live together, we work together, we drive on the phone and talk. I mean, I literally never stop talking to my mother. She would never use anybody else in real estate. I mean, she lives with me, I don't know why she's not gonna buy a house, you know. But if there's anybody ever talks about real estate, my mom's like the first one to hand out my card, like, oh, my daughter does real estate. And so it's the people. So yes, your mother, your best friend should be on your top list, your spouse, your, anybody you know. And I also like to think of these people as your more affluent or influential people you know. And you need to start building those relationships business-wise. Like, okay, I know doctor friend that you got a lot of money, so let's be best friends. It's not like that. Okay, it's a business exchange. I know that you're a great doctor. I will always refer business to you. You know that I'm a great real estate agent. I hope that you will refer business to me. That's how you build a business relationship, okay? It's not this sleazy, hey friend, I know you're rich, let's go and have drinks. Hey, I want to get an extravagant Christmas present from you. It's not like that. Building business relationships are different. Okay, so everybody on your top VIP list or top 50, I say top 50 because I've got almost like 1,400 people in my database. So these are people I've worked with, I know personally, you know, really close. So my top 50, in my VIPs, I treat just a little different than I do, you know, people I only know from PTAs that I only talk to, you know, even because I have people on my PTA, you know, list that I was PTA with when Nadia was in 4th grade. I stay in touch with them. They still refer me a business occasionally. I still refer them business occasionally, you know, so it's just a different style of communication, whereas I like literally see my mom every second of every day. Or like, you know, my attorney who I'm constantly sending him business and then he does me a solid when I get sued. Yeah, you know? So you can kind of see how there's a difference. So affluent or influential people that you know that you want to really build your business around. Really close people who you know will absolutely refer to you. So make sure that you make a note of those people in your list. So maybe put a little star next to them. If there's any of those people right now on your list, take a second to put a star next to their name.
So our VIP list, influence counts as much as affluence on this one.
It depends. Those are just things to think about. Your affluent customer, people who you really don't like and trust, you may want to pour into them just a little bit more because they know more people who have the ability to buy and sell from you, right? Like, my aunt loves me to death. She's low income, so all of her friends are low income. They rent. So, you know, absolutely, anytime she refers me a rental, I will work with that rental. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but, you know, like, I'm also not, my aunt refers me a lot of business. So do I pour into her? Yes, she is a VIP. But her friend is just on my list. You know, she's not somebody who refers to me a lot. She is a past client, you know, those kind of things. So it depends. What kind of relationship do you have with them? Again, this is your list. You have to remember, like, where are you going to put your money? Your VIPs, they're going to get a physical card rather than a birthday email or a birthday Facebook message, you know? They're going to get, you're going to have, like, I did event marketing, so I always had, like, a customer appreciation. Invited everybody. Just wanted people to come and be face-to-face with me. But then I also had, like, a really nice, intimate Christmas party with my VIPs. And so it depends. Affluent versus influential, it just depends on your relationship with them. And, you know, like, what is your niche? What are you going to try to work with people? Say you want to do luxury homes. I know for sure you want to do first-time home buyers, and that's different. But if you wanted to, say, do luxury homes, or you want people to help you in, like, Habitat for Humanity or some sort of volunteer, you know, influential might be better for you because they've got a bigger following and you can, you know, leverage their following, whereas you leverage your own, but that again has a ceiling to it, and this is how you scale. So you see the difference there. So everybody, it just depends. Your VIPs are your VIPs. It could be your church buddy who happens to tell everybody at your church that you're a realtor and you are constantly working, you know. That would be a VIP, and maybe they're not affluent but their influence at church is You know, you just kind of have to pick your own people. I have a little mix of kind of everybody. I have some influential people. I have some affluent people. I have some family members, you know. And then this list will also grow. So you might start with 5 to 10 people. But try to keep it always under 50, because after 50, you know, these are people that you might start switching people out. Like, I actually haven't gotten a referral from this guy in like a year, so I'm going to just move him, and this person keeps referring to me, so I'm going to move them up. Mine changes every year. Actually, mine changes like almost quarterly, depending on like who I still talk to and, you know, who's still referring to me. Because if they find another realtor that they start referring to, I'm not going to pour into them. But they won't do that. A lot of times they don't do that because I do pour into them, you know. So top 50 is really important. It doesn't have to be 50 now, but eventually, you know, when you have 1,400 people in your database, these aren't just my contacts, but these are my database people who I've worked with in one way or another. I could not financially sustain, you know, pouring into them, right? It would, even my time, there's not even enough time in the day for that. So these people you even pour more time into. Like, I never send them drip campaigns, ever. All these people get custom emails from me once a month. So how much time do you have, you know? Okay, any more questions about top 50 or VIPs?
Nope.
Fantastic. Okay, I kind of forgot what papers I gave you guys. No, we're still good. We haven't gotten to theme days, and we haven't gotten to touch ideas. Okay, we're about to get to touch. It's all about that follow-up. I know, every time I type this, I'm thinking, it's all about that. But it really is about the follow-up. So you can call a person, cold lead, hot lead, best friend once. They remember you. But even your best friend from high school, you probably haven't talked to in a year. It's your job to follow up with people. Other people aren't just going to call you or come knocking on your door that they want to buy a house. Nobody does that. I promise you, nobody cares about you as much as you think they do, right? Except for maybe your mom or your spouse or your dog. Everybody else forgets about you as soon as you're not in front of their face, right? That's life. We get busy. Don't be offended by it. Just accept what it is and know that it's your job to follow up. It's your job to reach out. So follow-up obviously is the key to any successful marketing, whether you're working database, whether you're working cold leads, whether you're working radio ads, whatever it is, follow-up is what actually makes the business rather than just somebody you talk to, okay? Touches, this sounds weird, but a touch is just a call, a text, a phone, an email, you know, Facebook message, whatever. That's a touch. Touches are great, but the best thing you can do is follow up your conversations with texts and emails as well, okay? And again, it's your job to follow up. Utilize your CRM. If you utilize your CRM, you're going to get the most out of all your follow-up because you can automate. So I have my top 50 list who I do not automate them, okay? I have my automation with them is just a calendar reminder to call, email, text them, or mail something, or whatever the touch is for that person. But everybody else should be on automation. Drip campaigns, birthday drips. You can schedule that stuff out a whole year in advance, you know? So automate as much as possible so that your business is on autopilot, so that when you get busy and you've got 5 deals working and they're all falling apart, you don't have to be like, oh God, now I have to go and like email people. You know, it's 1 or 2 emails a day, if that. And you just can easily move on with your day, your life. And they think, man, this person's always emailing me. They must like me a lot, you know. Text messages. Most of your CRMs send text messages for you. Most of your, you can get all of your mail ready. Like, you can spend one day and write every single birthday card and every single birthday email. You can automate your birthday emails. Happy birthday name in your CRM. I'm so excited to know you for another year. I hope the next year is a great blessing. You're amazing. I can't wait to see you soon. Candace. You know, whatever. So then it's automatically, then you schedule those emails out. They're already scheduled. Okay, so use your CRM. I know nobody uses our CRM yet. Everybody's writing stuff down on paper. That makes sense when you're only talking about leads. But we're not talking about leads. We are talking about database. Okay, these people you already know. So if you're not adding them into a physical system that does the work for you, yes, it's a big, long setup process. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys are going to sit there for a couple hours, maybe a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and get this all set up and automated. But think about after that, it's all set up. And then if you add somebody, you quickly throw them in. You can add tags, and this is automating your business to scale, right? Right now, how many people can you work with? How is it working with 5 people at once? A migraine, right? That's 5 people. Does that sound like a lot of people to work with? It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're doing it, it's like pulling your hair out. I just went all gray. I can't handle any of you. Like, oh my gosh. And on top of that, I can't do anything else. I don't have time for.
5 people, 5 inspectors, 5 appraisals, 5 listing agents, 5 title companies. Yeah.
How many does 5 people turn into really quickly? 20, you know?
Yeah.
But if you just put this aside, well, I'm working with these people, that's more important. That's now. That's cool. That's fine. You'll run your business like a regular realtor on a roller coaster. Busy, busy, busy. Dead, I got nothing going on. Busy, busy, busy. Dead, I got nothing going on. Crap, I gotta get busy, 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 busy. I got nothing, you know? And so then we're all kind of paycheck to paycheck realtors. How many, you know, we make big paychecks. Our transactions take longer, but how do you keep your business consistent? It's by constantly doing this work. Okay, so follow up, put your stuff on autopilot. Take the time at the beginning, especially those of you who are new and don't have a lot going on right now, which is a lot of us, right? Do this now. What do I do now? I just started my business. I don't have business. Nope. And I can hand you a lead. You'll stumble through it, and then guess what? You're not going to have business again. No more business. Like, I could just keep handing you business, but are you growing and scaling your business? No, you're not. So make sure that you're taking this time, especially when you're slower. If you're not, time block, you know, and get it done. It takes time. Every time we change CRMs, I have to reset down and like write out email drip campaigns. It takes me hours, sometimes days of just doing that. So I'll take some days off here so that I can go and do my work. Just know, guys, that nothing here is going to be easy and, oh, it's just done for me. But the CRMs all have, your CRMs all have templates. So just go through the templates and reword them so that they sound like you and not like a box CRM email, okay? And then don't let your leads or your database people slip through the cracks. If you ignore somebody, you're leaving money on the table. And I swear to you, somebody else is going to take that money. Because they're going to go to somebody else. And that was your money that should have been yours because they're in your database. You know them, you like them, and you trust them, and they know, like, and trust you as well. So make sure you're just working your database. I can't stress it enough.
Hey, Renee,
Put it down.
this might be a crazy question, but where is your CRM? How do you utilize that?
Your CRM is Playster, and we will sit down and talk
Oh,
about that.
Playster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I provide you guys a CRM. It's your website. The back end of your website is your CRM. It's very simple, and we'll go through it again.
Okay.
It's a very simple system. There's not any crazy stuff, but there's all the stuff that you need. I had a crazy one. Nobody used it. Like user block. It's just like so much stuff, and you're like, I don't want to. I can't even think about it because it's too much. So I went with Playster CRM instead of connecting a different one because it's so simple and it does everything you need. And if any random stranger goes to your website or anyone on your database goes to your website and they log in, it'll start putting them into your database. Okay, and then then you can start. Oh, look, I'm missing. This person is a stranger. Let me call them. Hey, you logged into my website.
What's up?
Looks like you were looking at these houses. Are you still looking? Awesome. Can I get some information from you? I'd love to know when your birthday is so I can send you a birthday email and, you know, those kind of things. People aren't offended by that. You're not selling. You're creating a relationship. Okay, types of touches. Oh, my picture went away. Types of touches. These are just things. Obviously, every touch will be a little different for you, but these are the basics. Okay? And then you guys have a list of touch ideas, other things that you could do if you can't think of a way to touch your clients. So email. You should, if they're not a VIP, Send an email every single month. So set up your drip. Think about January, I'm going to send New Year's stuff, resolution stuff, those kind of things. It can be super general, but as long as you put your own spin on it. Like, this year, my resolution is to do this, even if you wrote it in July, This year, today, I resolved to, quit eating tortillas. Even though today's Taco Tuesday. So pray for me, and what's your resolution? Something silly. February, hey, happy Valentine's Day. I just want to know I love knowing you. You don't tell them you love them. I love knowing you. You're amazing. Let me know if you ever need anything in real estate. Let me know if you ever need anything. I'm always open to help. Most people are. I mean, they're not going to call you if they don't really know you that well, right? March, happy St. Patty's Day, or yay, it's almost spring. April, same thing. April flowers, woohoo! And then send a flower. You see how you can be like, and it's just a picture of a flower. You're not actually sending them a flower. But you can set your whole email drip in one day. Phone calls. So you should be calling people, depending on what list they are, 2 to 4 times a year. In-person meetings. So I always do a client appreciation event because that's the easiest way for me to meet a bunch of people at one time without having to take everybody for lunch or coffee. Okay, my pocket is tight. I have a senior in high school. I can't be taking everybody out for lunch, But if I have one party and I spend $200 or $300, that is way cheaper than what I spent on 15 lunches, right? Or 50 lunches. So one meeting a year, even if it's, I do like outreach stuff, and you guys can see on the list there's ideas for meetings. I would do an outreach, like I'm doing a canned food drive or a school supplies drive. Bring me some supplies, come see me, I'll give you a little goodie bag, and then I have like dog treats and little cool stuff for them and their kids. And I mean, you guys can borrow our goodie stuff. We have tattoos, we have squeezy houses, we have, just come get stuff from here. Mail. You should be mailing people at least 2 to 4 times a year. And this one's really easy because you can do a very generalized, it's okay. Mom, y'all can come out here. It's fine if y'all need to go to the kitchen. Somebody else went back in there. You can do a very generalized market report. Print it out and send it to people. Okay, you could do birthday cards. You can do Christmas cards. And just print the flat Christmas card. It's super simple and it's easier, cheaper to mail. But at least 4 times a year. Pop buys. So that means I just went to your house, left something on your driveway or on your front door porch, and then ran away, right? I do not knock on my buy doors. The first time I did pop buys, I had 27 pop buys to do. That's not a lot. I only do past client pop buys. So I knock on the door. This is like an unexpected visit, But they would talk with me for an hour. So I got, the first day, I only got like 3 pop buys done. Because you're driving all around, I've done deals in Alveda, Texas. I've done it in Princeton, Texas, so everywhere. So I would take days. It took me 3 days anyways because I'd have to chunk my days. So I try to get these houses, and then I get these houses, and I get all of Dallas houses, I drive and I knock, and they're just chit-chatting with me for hours and hours. And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, and then you want to come in? You want to have a drink? Sure, da-da-da. Next thing I know, I got only 2 Popeyes done, and I still had 25 Popeyes to do. Or 23, 24 Popeyes to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got nothing done. What's going on? Oh, our video went too long. It's okay, we're going to start it again. Part 1. Database Goldmine. Pop buys.
Popeye's a good idea.
Yes, it is. There's a burrito over there. Eat your taco. Okay, it looks like our first video ended. So, I guess I got told that we're going to take a quick break. You guys want to run to the restroom, refill your beverages, grab breakfast, and 5 minutes. No, you're fine. No, all we did, we filled in our database, and we talked about what a database is.
2 signs outside of the
Okay. This is the first time we've had a meeting in here where they're like, oh God, what are they doing? It's locked. Are you okay? We keep this door locked.
Hey Nikki, this is Nadeem. You and I spoke a couple of days ago about
Restrooms around the corner.
Yes, out that door and just make a big circle down the hall.
What's the Wi-Fi?
It is my Spectrum Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
What do you do with this prospect buyer? Does not respond. I know he wants to buy, and I know he's busy, but he doesn't even respond to text her.
Yeah, nothing. You really can't do anything except for keep going. Think about when you're super busy. If somebody calls you like I'm not I can't. I'm gonna ignore this call. I'm gonna ignore that text. But when you're ready, you'll respond. So just keep responding. Just keep doing it. Don't overdo it though.
Yeah, once
Yeah,
a week.
once a week.
Once
no.
a week I'm
That's
doing
all I
that,
would do.
But
your meeting work. Everybody's calling their clients and
I know, right?
I can.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy?
that's it.
Fantastic. Super.
What
Super. चला शुरू
कहाँ पे?
करो. Peshawar.
Shower?
Candace, are you a wine drinker?
Shower something change करने का.
Do you like red wine?
Shower में काफी बेस्ट
Is it dry?
बदल
Not
जाता
a
है.
super dry.
बहुत लोग.
Normally, I'm like super dry, no sweet. I don't like a lot of flavor. But this, my husband brought home a gift from his one of his clients at work. Oh my gosh! Like I don't even drink. You know, like I don't drink at all. But Ben brought this home. He's like, "You want to have a drink tonight?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll blow a glass of wine." And when I say little, I mean like I put this much maybe, and I take a couple sips and I'm done with it. You know. So I tasted. It was like I finished the whole little.
Really?
Ben finished the rest of the bottle, but it is good. It's like even my mom, she hates wine, and she took a little sip of it, and she's like, "That, if I had to drink wine, it would only be that." It's fantastic. We're gonna open it next time we have a party. Cause like I don't know which one someone opened last time, but that one's really good. Liberty School. It's just because I know Nicole's a beer girl. I was a beer girl too. I wasn't really like. I don't like liquor.
Oh, I like the harder bit.
I don't like sweet stuff. Not really like liquor. I do like occasionally I like a nice glass of wine.
Huh? Bravo for the Samsons, right?
But really, this is my guilty pleasure, coffee. I drink like 12 cups of coffee a day.
Gift from
Yeah,
birthday.
Okay, while I have everybody here and we're doing a quick break,
VIP plan.
let's see. I'm getting ready to order coffee
I'll
for
send you a happy birthday
the
email.
office. So everybody can tell me their flavors they
I'm
like.
looking for another realtor.
I'll send you a happy birthday email.
You got a cheap
With
realtor.
flowers. Renee said you can put flowers.
Imagine that. You have a cheap realtor, you're gonna send me just a birthday email and flowers.
Oh,
You want
cheap.
my bed. You want my board? That's
She
not
ain't
allowed.
gonna.
Samsung Pro.
Renee is not gonna agree because she is the motivator.
He goes, I'm learning how to send birthday emails, so you're gonna be my first one.
Wait, whose birthday is it?
The day coming up.
Oh, I was like, is it today?
The fake or the real one? Which one is it?
My mom's
The
birthday
fake
is.
one already passed. The real is coming.
My mom's birthday is today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Let me practice it in the beat. Happy birthday.
Okay.
No.
Hey guys, I'm getting ready to order coffee. What flavors do we like? Rise and Shine, Everyday Joe, I don't know what those are. Dark and Stormy, French Vanilla, Hazelnut. Just shout out a one if you like it.
Is there
French
one that
vanilla.
says, let me sleep longer?
French Vanilla, got it. Hazelnut, Mocha, Cappuccino, Butterscotch Cream, Swiss Chocolate
Non-stop.
Almond, Vanilla Wait, what? Vanilla Caramel Cream, Crumble Cake, Chocolate Indulgence, cinnamon vanilla, mint chocolate chip,
How about the pumpkin?
salted caramel.
No pumpkin?
Who said salted caramel? Okay. Coconuts and praline. Praline? Okay. Pumpkin spice, maple nut crunch, banana nut bread. That's it.
What was the first two?
Rise and shine and everyday Joe.
Everyday Joe.
Everyday Joe. All right.
So I'm gonna emphasize on what Renee just said about keeping track of your clients and follow up. I'm gonna give you an example. I have a client that I talked to him about 8 months ago. Lost track with him because of the COVID and everything. I got sick. Just sent him a message just saying, year started, year is ending. You know, where do you stand with your investments or something? Got a call back. Got his business back.
Really
So, touching the client every so often, it will work. Because if you don't, he is touching them right behind you. I'm telling you. So if
Sexual
you
harassment. You're
yeah.
touching your clients.
yeah, depending on the kind of client, right? But that I'm gonna tell you from a banking experience also. If you're not keeping track of your calls or whatever, you know, kind of reach out to the client. There's somebody else for sure doing that.
Didn't I tell you if you leave money on the table, someone's gonna steal it?
I'm gonna
Real
take
quick.
it. I'm gonna take it. Eduardo knows that.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
That's right, right. I'm gonna grab it.
Grab a donut, grab a taco.
Hey, grab your donut.
All right, guys, let's get started back now that I gotta restart this video really quick. Okay. Wait, we just need screen. Screen. All right, we're starting again. Yeah, we got a lot to go through and we've only got 30 minutes because we got cut off and took a little break. That's okay. If you guys can stay, if we don't get to everything, then but we'll try to get through it, okay?
Okay.
So types of touches were,
Mail, Popeyes, and social.
okay, so we're on the next page. So we talked about mails. So make sure you're mailing stuff to people, okay? People love to get mail, especially if it's not a bill, right? Don't you just love to get something that's not a bill? A little bit personalized. You're like, oh, they thought about me. It's so sweet. Okay, pop buys, again, like that's real. I spend about $1.50 per pop buy. I go to the dollar store. Like last pop buys I did were lemon, like I don't remember, some summer thing. But it was like a towel with a little, I got one tea towel, but I bought a whole bunch of tea towels at Home Depot. A big thing of them. It was like $20 and they came with like 40 of them. So that lasts me twice. And then I got the squeezer, the lemon squeezer. It was yellow and bright and pretty. I got those at the Dollar Tree, so they cost me $1 each. And then I got, you know, like a little plants that look like just a line of leaves. I bought a couple of those as well. And because I bought them in bunches at Walmart, I think I spent a total of $4, and there was enough stems for me to split it into 20. Like literally, guys, when we'll do a pop buy class where we just make pop buys, and I'll bring all the stuff and you just pay the $20. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. But and then you schedule out your time. But make sure you don't talk to people. Just like put it on there and then text them. Hey, left you something on your doorstep, because you could really get stuck at people's houses. They're so sweet because they love you and they just appreciated the stop by, because you're giving them something. You're not coming to ask for anything. It's literally just, hey, here you go. I was thinking about you. So and then the last thing.
Don't you just leave like a doorstep?
I just leave it on the doorstep. So don't
With a
do.
little note.
Yeah, and then with a note. I always put a note card. So you can buy Target $9.99 and you get like 100 note cards.
Yeah.
You know, so just, and I'll put them in the little envelope so it's cute and I write their name on it, but I hand wrote them, hey, I was thinking about you, or aren't you glad it's summer, and you do orange stuff, or, you know, whatever the case is. It's really silly.
Just past clients.
I do past clients, but you guys can do pop-bys. You don't have past clients yet, so maybe you just pop by everybody on your database because you only have 20 people. You pop by whoever you want to, okay? However you want to do it. I have so many people on my list, I could not possibly. And then my VIPs, some of them would be like, this is crap, why are you handing me this stuff? You know, but my past clients who still refer me, yeah. You could partner with, a lender or a title company and have them pay for half of it, you know, which is probably what we'll do when we do a pop-by party, maybe in April.
And I'll send you your lender too, because I've had several referrals from my lender.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely, that was on our VIP list, or one of our touches, your referral partners, so definitely, yeah. Good job, Candace. Okay, so all about that follow-up again. Make sure that you're automating your follow-up so you never miss anybody, okay? Use your CRM. VIPs, these are just, again, you'll see this on your list, and this is kind of what's on your list in a very shortened version, but your VIPs, you're going to make a personal phone call to them, you know, multiple times a year. They're going to definitely be on your birthday program, and that birthday program will be better. You'll have a higher budget for the birthday program for your VIPs than you would, say, for your other contacts, okay? Custom emails. Never put your VIPs on a drip. Even if you have like really good tips and you put them on the drip, they should get a customized email from your email address with your signature every single month. It's like writing the handwritten note. You just send them an email, okay? Because a lot of times, guys, when you're doing those drip emails, they actually do go to spam or they go to promotions. Google is so smart now, it's hard to not end up in that folder. Still send your stuff. People sometimes get it. People clear out their spam. And they're like, oh, that I can make that person, I know them. That's not spam. But when you're writing custom emails, those are always delivered. That's why your VIPs get custom emails, okay? Thinking of you, like a pop-by would be a thinking of you, or just a, hey, I was thinking of you, or a text message, hey, I thought about you today. Just wanted to say hey. That makes someone's day. Like, it really does. And if you haven't thought about the last time somebody just text you and say, hey, I was just thinking of you. That's it. Have a great day. Smiley face. You know, or shades face. It really does make your day. Like, wow, they didn't want anything from me. They just thought about me. That's cool. Okay, SOI and past clients. Think about drip campaigns, annual pop-bys, a client appreciation party is always fun. A Christmas card. Your SOI and past clients should get a physical Christmas card from you. Okay? At least a Christmas card, if not something else.
We keep it different.
Yes, those are yours. Other contacts. General market update would be good. Drip campaigns, make sure they're on your drip. Holiday emails. Okay, so everybody sends out holiday emails like Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy this. Try to focus on the silly holidays, you know, so that you stand out just a little bit. Like I said earlier, today's National Coffee Day. Did you know you could get free coffee at da 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 da, and a list of 3 places that give free coffee? Hope you enjoy one on me. It's not really on you, right? It's for free. It's a National Hamburger Day. Let's go get burgers.
It's on me because I told him it's free.
But it's on me because I told you. You're welcome for the information. You know, that's something you don't have to spend money on. You just spent a little bit of time to find the places that are doing free. You sent an email, right? So I always try to focus on like the off holidays because everybody sends, hey, it's time change. Hey, it's Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. And hey, Happy New Year. Hey, Happy 4th of July. I get so many of those that they're not really that special to me anymore. So try to focus on off holidays that maybe mean a little something to you. Like, oh, it's Taco Tuesday or Cinco de Mayo or, you know, whatever.
Birthday of Halloween, and they told everybody like where all the pumpkin patches were. They told everybody
Yes.
the Christmas tree was.
Mm-hmm. That's a
And
good
that way,
idea.
like, just like
Mm-hmm. That's
holiday
perfect.
things,
Mhm.
and that's like a good thing.
A lot of
That's
people
pretty
do send 4th of July fireworks, so maybe avoid that one. Like if you're going to tell them where all the fireworks are, because title companies send those, multiple agents send those, the bank sends them. Like, So maybe not that one, but yeah, I hadn't seen any pumpkin patch or tree farms, so that's cute.
Like anything to do
Mhm.
with, because there's like the lighted pumpkin thing in gardening or something like that, that's always kind of, like you got cinnamon and all that.
I thought that was, like something to do with your family.
Yeah,
You had
exactly.
that.
Exactly. So local stuff, anything that's more localized is obviously better. Okay. And then more ideas. This is just things for you guys to think about. Giveaways, newsletters, social groups, outreach drives. I kind of touched on like doing a food drive or a supplies drive and then inviting them. People like to, if they're going to do anything with you, they like to feel like they're giving back, right? So that's always good. Like they're doing something good too. And then, okay, why am I going to use my CRM? You're going to track your communication. It helps you to stay organized. Just do it. Just do it. Just use it. Okay? I can't keep harping on how important a CRM is. I have two. I have Placer, and I have my CRM I've had ever since I started in real estate. And I am crazy, and so I double input. Well, I make sure I double input all my stuff, right? But you guys, you have Placer. Use it if you want to. If you don't love it, find a CRM that works for you. So I get this question a lot. What's the best CRM to use? Whatever one you use is the best one you'll ever use. Because if you don't use it, it's doing nothing for you. Even if all it does is drip emails, it's doing more for you than you'll do for yourself if you use it, right? So CRM, yes, just use it. You get to automate. So automation is, like I said, you put it all on autopilot. You start at the beginning, schedule it out for the year, you're done. Workflows, it also helps you to remember things. You can set tasks, daily tasks, like, oh, I need to call this person, I need to email this person. Your emails are going to go out, but if you're doing custom emails, I need to send these birthday cards. And maybe those automation workflows are just on your beginning of the month. Like for me, I send everybody's birthday card at the beginning of the month. So you guys will probably notice that if it's your birthday month, eventually you get a birthday card. It might not be the day of. It's probably going to be either after if you're at the beginning or way before if you're at the end. And I might luckily get you guys a birthday card on your birthday one day. I don't know. But we send them at the beginning of the month. So that's that. And then organization is just keeping yourself organized. It doesn't let those deals fall through the cracks. So make sure you're using your CRM. I can't stress it enough. We'll have a CRM class if you guys want to, but we don't have to. Theme days. Pull out your theme days page. Okay, so theme days are another way for you to effectively time block, right? So if you had in your time block schedule, I do prospecting from 8 to 10 every day, prospecting. But I do database stuff from 10:30 to 12. Okay, database stuff. This is your database stuff. Okay, so this is just you've got all these people now to touch, but it's hard to do it all in one day. So now we're going to theme out your day and separate your database. So Mondays, you should, whatever you have to do on your list for your VIPs, whether it's sending those customized emails, writing them out, you're going to do that on Monday. So VIPs are Monday, your first day. Tuesday, status calls. Status calls, this actually has nothing to do with your database. That's a good way to put your stuff in to working your database. Status calls are anybody you have under contract, any contract. Okay, so a rep agreement, under contract at escrow, listing agreement, you're going to call all those people. Even if, okay, sorry to call you out, Candace, but even if you've had the listing for, how long did you have Wolf City?
It feels like
6 months.
No, it's
You should be calling them every Tuesday. Hey, I just want to touch base. I know we're still on the market. I'm still working. I still appreciate you. I still appreciate your trust in me. I'm going to get this house sold. But we don't have it. She sold it. But I don't have a lot to tell you now. Hey, buyer, I know we're still looking. There's nothing new on the market. This market's super tight and nobody's selling. But I just wanted to touch base, let you know that I'm still here if you need anything. I'm still working for you. I'm here. Hey, buyer number 2. Okay, we're under contract. We're doing this. I see this. They asked me to do this. Every Tuesday is your status call. So people you've been working with, people you have agreements with, or people you have a contract in escrow with. Okay? Status calls. Wednesdays are your lead days. So while you may do general prospecting, You want to go through all your old leads and follow up with them on Wednesday. You guys can move these days around. That's why I gave you a big piece of paper that you can have a lot of room to write in. They don't have to be my days. They can be your days. So leads are just, okay, last week I got 15 leads. So on Wednesday, I'm going to go through all those 15 leads I haven't talked to again since that, give them a quick call or a quick text, and then move on the week before. And then you just keep doing that. So every week you're touching again a client that hadn't, a potential client that hadn't been touched in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay. We'll go through leads when we do perfect lead follow up, when we do time blocking. Okay. Questions about lead day. So old leads. Awesome. Okay, Thursdays are your database day. So not your VIPs, not the people that you are going to really pour into, but everybody else on your database. Your sphere, your past clients, your past coworkers, everybody else. You're going to do whatever date, whatever little things you have scheduled to do for the week for each. Like we said, every month you should be sending them a drip. You want to make sure those drips are going out. Every month you want to be shooting them a text message, or whatever the little action item you have, you want to make sure that those things are being done on Thursday. Questions? Is this confusing? No? Cool. Fridays, new business day. Again, feel free to move these around that works best for you, but like I did at the beginning of my career, happy hours, because I was trying to build new business and I'm terrible at cold calling. So for me, anything event related was easier. Like if I'm in front of you, I don't have as much anxiety as I did like on the phone with you. I don't know what it was. I couldn't do it. So new business day, I went out and found new business. Okay, so people, this is your strangers day.
Stranger danger?
Stranger danger day. New business day. Do a happy hour. Go out and network. Most places you can go downtown, you can go to Uptown, you can go to Frisco Star, you can go to the banking district, you can go here. And during a happy hour, you're hitting a whole bunch of business people. They just left work and they don't want to get stuck in traffic, so they go and have a drink really quickly. That's usually a Friday thing, right? So that's why I did it on Fridays. I would just go to a happy hour, or I would set up a networking event and I switch my days around. Because usually networking events are Wednesdays or Thursdays. So there's an app or a website called Meet Up. If you guys want to look at that, there's a lot of professionals meeting up with other professionals and just hanging out. And that's how they network. We all have to do it. We all have to network. We all have to get new business. So sometimes it's better to do it with people who also are, doing the same thing as you, and you don't feel like you're selling. But if you sit down and have a drink with somebody at happy hour, it's a little easier to tell them, oh yeah, I'm in real estate. What do you do? And then this becomes a back and forth conversation that you're building a relationship. Add them to your database. You get their business card. They get yours. You follow up. A couple weeks later, you ask them for your birthday. That's weird to ask them right away, right? Unless it's their birthday that day. And then now they're in your database. Now you got another person. And then keep following up with them on the Thursday whenever you have database day. Saturday, you're not usually doing anything to your database except for showing. If you have scheduled appointments, then that's what you do on Saturdays is your scheduled appointments. Or if you missed a day because you were showing, add it to your Saturday. So your Saturday should be your miscellaneous, replace, or showing day. And Sundays should be a day that you take off, or Friday, or whatever day it is in your world that makes sense for you. But take a day off for yourself, okay? If you guys get so involved in this business and you never take a day off, you will get burned out. You really can, because running a business, wearing every hat, you'll get burned out. So make sure you're taking yourself some time for yourself. If you're a workaholic, you might be showing anyways, but think about that. Like, okay, I worked all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So on Tuesday, instead of working my sphere, I'm going to move them to next Saturday, and I'm going to take a day. Take a day, you guys. Take your time, okay? Like, you don't have to put 1,000% into your business. You should put 100% into every day that you're here, okay? But every day doesn't have to be every day. Work-life balance is good for you. All right, is everybody feeling good about follow-up, database days, theme days? Are there any questions before I move on? All right, good, because we've got 20 minutes and we're still doing really good. Find your communication niche. So now we want to talk about you and not everybody else, right? All about you. Why do people like you? how do you communicate best? What draws people to you? Like we're all aged adults here. You know, we're not in our early 20s, except for Emmy.
LOL.
You have to know at this point in your life, like, what do people like about you? You know, we're not in high school going, nobody likes me, and digging for compliments. You know what people like about you because you know that you acted one way and everybody hated you. You acted another way and everybody's like, oh, she's fantastic. Okay, so what draws people to you? Is it because you're nice and you talk a lot? Is it because you're super excitable? Is it because you're really into technology and so are they? What attracts people to you? And then what activity, this is another thing about, what activity will you do every single day without hesitation? So this is all about you. Think about it. Think about why people like you, what draws them to you, and what's your best form of communication. Some people communicate better talking in person. Some people communicate better through text message. I don't even want to hear your voice. I just want to text you because that's how I feel the most comfortable. What is an activity, and I don't just mean any activity, I mean specifically business related, that you would do every single day without hesitation? If it's not making cold calls, then that is not your communication style and that's not your communication niche. Okay? And most of us are not that person. It's funny because they tell you, I don't know, like I started real estate in 2012. And they would tell me, you need to call this list of strangers. You need to call expireds. You need to call these old people. You need to call this aged list. You need to do this. And call all day on the phone. I hated it. I'm like, I'm going to hate real estate. Real estate is stupid. I don't like it anymore. Why did I do this? Oh my gosh. But instead of quitting and just not making those phone calls, I did everything in spite of the phone call, right? So instead of making a phone call, I made a video and I emailed it out to people. Or I put it on YouTube and sent everybody my YouTube link. Because I'm like, if I have to call people, I'd rather record my voice and then send that because I don't like to talk to people. I don't like rejection at all. It's a terrible business to be in, right? But it scared me. So if I tell you guys your business will grow if you make, 100 cold calls a day, will your business grow? Will you make your cold calls? I didn't. I'm not going to lie to you, and I've had a very successful career in real estate, but I definitely didn't make cold calls. So think of an activity that you'll do every single day that you can afford to do every single day because you can't afford to have a party every day either. I was all about event marketing. So I had 4 parties a year, but that got expensive as well. Like I had to put it on a credit card that I didn't even know how I was going to pay it off, but it paid off eventually. Can't do that every day. But what's an activity you will do every single day without hesitation? I'm all about the text message. I'll text you all day, every day. Put that at the beginning of your business, okay? There's a book back there. It's called The One Thing. There's actually 2 copies. If you guys ever feel like, oh, I need something to read to motivate me, read that book. It talks about doing the number one thing in your business that helps you grow first in the morning, and then let everything else fall in place. Because you'll make time to do something first, but then your day gets in your way the rest of the time. So it's called The One Thing. It's by Gary Keller. He actually wrote The Millionaire Real Estate Agent as well. But it's just a good philosophy. Like think about the one thing you'll do every day and do that first. So if it's texting people, then start texting people first thing in the morning. I'm going to text this person. I'm going to text that person. I'm going to, I've got my database people I need to text. There's multiple companies, and I don't know the cost because I don't do this, but you can record videos and email them. I think it's called Bomb or something like that. But you could record a video on your phone for free and text it to somebody if you want your face to be in the. Sometimes it makes a difference. Be considerate of other people's schedules. So they may be working when you're working. Their work is not like our work. We have alcohol everywhere, music playing in and out. Come if you want to.
You'll be drinking at 10 a.m. What's up?
5 o'clock somewhere. So. Just be considerate where they're at. Like if you're going to record a video, maybe you send that in the evening because they might not be able to listen to it, right? And you don't want them to forget that you sent that text. So words might, actual text message might be better, those kind of things. And if you're going to do videos, I would say make sure it's like lunchtime or drive time or whatever the case is. Okay, secret sauce. This is my little secret that when I started doing this, my business grew so much. It was ridiculous. a social media group. So we have our Sage Street Agents group. It's a Facebook group. I created a past clients and SOI group. Obviously, I didn't call it that, but it was just called Renee Rambles at the time. And now it's Renee's VIPs. You don't have to be super clever about this, okay? But I just invited all my past clients, all my SOI to this one little group. And I just posted silly stuff and very transparent stuff. And I started getting very real with these people. Like, I had a miscarriage, so I posted about that. And everybody had a heart for that, so I got a lot of response. And then there were times of great happiness, that I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just closed my 100th client. And I put their picture up and, I use Canva for everything. And I was probably the first adapter of Canva, with the little explosion, what are they called? Fireworks, And then everybody was super excited for them. I gave away football tickets one time, hey, it's a new Cowboy season. I'm giving away football tickets. And guys, they were nosebleed. I mean, they were like standing tickets, the standing ones, because they were $30 each. I can't afford Cowboys tickets. I can't even afford to go to the Cowboys game. But I did, just like little things. I don't give away a lot of stuff, but I give away a lot of me in that group. And when I started doing that, people felt like I was their family. I have one client that I added to that group. He worked with my husband, didn't even know, I barely knew him, they were kind of buddies. Met him and his wife because they both worked at the Soul dealership. Added them to this group because they sold an investment property with me. We barely talked. I mean, this property was small, at a good price. It sold like that. Added them to my group, super transparent. Then other people started posting. They started posting that they got married. Other people posted a bunch of stuff, exciting. Then they told their parents that I helped them sell this investment property. Their parents bought a house with me here. And then their sister bought a house with me. And then they sold their house and bought another house with me. These people moved a lot. I've done 12 deals with this family. And when they bought their sister's house, we're sitting at the closing table. And they were like, you're like a daughter to us. You should come to our, and they invite me to their family barbecues now all the time. I got invited to the christening of their baby's, thing, and their baby showers, and I am invited to everything. I'm literally part of their family now. So this is my secret sauce. They talk about personal engagement. People tell me letters of the heart. I don't like to mail my personal business out to everybody. But if you're in my group, I also don't put my personal business all over social media. For those of you who follow me, sometimes a selfie, because why not? And lots of pictures of my kids, but there's really no personal, intimate stuff about me because I'm not that person. I don't like to put it out there. But with my group, I do. It was such a struggle for me, and I have got ridiculous amount of ROI from this. These people use me over and over again. I go to their baby showers. I'm the one that buys their, baby diapers for the diaper raffle because I'm always invited. And there's multiple clients in there. So that's my secret sauce. Create a social media group. It's a group where you can just be you. I'm kind of a nerd, so I always post what shows I'm watching and my opinion about it. Spoiler alert. And it has not always to do with real estate. Like I said, the show I'm watching on Netflix. Who knows a great show on Hulu? I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so only they know that about me because I watch all the weird sci-fi shows. I talk about you guys a lot. My brokerage is doing this, we're doing that. But I get to be more transparent with them, and they're watching how I've grown over the past 10 years. So, and the amount of referrals that I've gotten out of it as well, not just the people that are in the group, but even referrals of referrals that I have to send out to other people. Hey, I know 5 people moving in Arizona. Okay, cool, let me find an agent. I happen to know an agent in Arizona, but I just send it to her, and then I get 30%. And all I did was know somebody on Facebook, Same thing, New York, Virginia. I mean, I have referral money coming in sometimes from places I don't even know. Just because these people are like, oh, I know somebody who's moving to Dubai. He's an airline pilot. This guy, I met him as a client, airline pilot for Emirates. He's like, my brother's moving to Dubai. Can you help me find an agent? I don't trust anybody. Okay. Here I am because you can't just call Dubai, I didn't know what to do. I'm searching Dubai agents, and I end up with an international referral, which actually is kind of a pain in the butt. So if you guys ever do that, let me know. 'Cause bringing money into the country from another country, there's issues with, and like a lot of tax complications. But I mean, it was a nice little chunk of $3,000 I didn't think I was going to have because their money converts different here, you know. So anyways, that's my secret. Social media group. Create one. Be transparent. Be you, and don't talk about a lot of real estate. Occasionally, like, I'm like, holy crap. Interest rates are like at 2.6 right now. It's ridiculous for 30 years, guys. Like, if you want to refi, if you're anything above 3.5, call me. I have a great agent, a great lender who's refining just for me really fast. Because it was, you know, sometimes it's only a day that you get that low. So, and I do. People will call me and I don't get anything out of that. You know, except for my lender gets a bunch of business and then they refer me business or they pour into our business, you know, and sponsor stuff. So, not a lot of real estate talk. Just a lot of personal, like, this is who I really am. I really am a dork. I like videos of me being stupid, you know, and that somebody accidentally caught, and I'm like, oh, send that to me so I can put it on my Facebook group. So anyways, questions about secret sauce? No? Another thing you can do if you're not like right away want to do this, because it can be very uncomfortable. At least friend all of your clients and all of your database. They should be on your friend list. If they're in your database list, you should at least have them on some sort of social media platform. Especially because that's the cheapest way you can send them a birthday. Happy birthday! They're like, this guy doesn't even know me, but he sent me happy birthday. Be the first one, you know, like, happy birthday tomorrow, you know, and send it the day before. That way you're the first one to tell them. I don't know why all my pictures are broken. Sorry. Okay, content, we're just about wrapping up here, guys. Content is the toughest part about working your database, coming up with the content. Remember to utilize the templates that are in your CRM. Just tweak them a little bit to your voice, to your style, you know. Because they're very robotic, you know, somebody wrote it, it's all just in there. But go in there, take the time to like save a copy and call it Candace's Buyer Drip, Eduardo's Seller Drip, Teresa's SOI Drip. So take the time to copy one, change it to the type of person you're sending to, and remember, I grouped them together for you, so you don't have to send a different email buyer drip for every single person. It could just be, if it's a database strip, it's just about like regular things that are going on, right? If it's a buyer, you're letting them know about the market. Those are usually leads that come in, prospects. It's a different audience. It's a different wording that you're using. But content is absolutely the toughest part. Work on it. If you get stuck or have questions, ask me. If you want to take some time and sit together and write them, get on my calendar. Let's do it. Okay? And then templates can be your best friend. Don't write every word yourself. I mean, you can. You absolutely can. If you're like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to say to every single buyer, do it. That's, you know, who has the time or really wants to do that all the time, all day long for 5 different groups. Use the templates, change up the words. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress enough how important your CRM is. And that's it. Yay. So like I said at the beginning, I'm really preparing you guys for next year. Obviously, these are steps and tools you can implement today. But our next topic is going to be, you know, mastering your schedule, effective time blocking. And that'll be coming in November. Since I've got a lot of you here and online, I'm just going to mention quickly that November's meeting. So you guys know we have all of our meetings at the beginning of the month. First Wednesday of every month is our family meeting.
Correct.
I moved this month, November. No bueno. Sorry, guys. I'm going to a business conference with other entrepreneurs, so I'm not going to be in town. Number 1. Number 2, the meeting in April is always our November is always our Friendsgiving. So since it was so early in the month, I figured we could move it back a week. It'll be now on the 10th. We'll have our quick family meeting, and then we're going to eat Friendsgiving. I will bring all of the main dishes, and we'll have a sign-up sheet. It's gonna be a digital one, so I'll email it out to everybody, so you can sign up for sides or desserts or drinks or. Okay. Friendsgiving, yay!
That's the
Yes.
10th.
That's gonna be on Wednesday the 10th?
Or 10.
Yes, from 10 to
SSR
12:30.
giving.
Huh?
SSR giving.
SSR giving.
And what time?
10 to 12:30-ish. Our meeting will be from 10 to 11:30, and then we'll
Yeah.
eat from 11:30 to 12:30 and hang out and
Oh, I
Enjoy
have it
each
down
other's
as 11
company.
a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
we moved it so it might have gotten moved to the wrong time, but it should be from 10 to 12. Let me double check. And I hope to see everybody at our next Mastering Your Schedule class in November as well. Okay, let me quit recording. Stop. Thank you, Facebook.